Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about this Holosun 507 ACSS. Today I did a different test. I've been testing this optic, right, this ACSS versus the 507C, trying to see if the ACSS is an actual improvement. Does it help you get on target faster? In some of the prior tests that I did, I had a pistol in each hand, and I was basically just coming out like that, coming up like this, one-handed, moving forward, one-handed and shooting, just trying to get a better sense of if I have less than perfect presentation, am I actually better with the ACSS? I saw I was a little bit better, not by a huge margin, but what I did today is I invited some people over that I knew have never shot a gun before, and I wanted to see how quickly they would learn on one versus the other, okay? I saw a big improvement, okay? Usually when I train people on pistols, now in the past I used to use iron sights, right? When I had iron sights, it took like forever for people to get it. And some people just, would not get it at all, okay? I understand it's not that hard, but some people have first of all, some people have issues of have focusing issues, right? People wear bifocals, so it's really hard to bring, if you got bifocals, it's really hard to bring your focus front and back and all that stuff. So when I switched over to optics on pistols, I saw that people were learning a lot faster, okay? And they were shooting a lot better. And I started off with just a 2 MOA dot. Problem with the 2 MOA dot is when you have like a first-time shooter, right? You teach them how to stand, you teach them how to hold the gun, you teach them how to squeeze the trigger. Now, regardless of the fact that you taught them how to squeeze the trigger and not jerk the trigger, when a first-time shooter squeezes the trigger, they're going to put their finger on the trigger, and instead of just pressing the trigger and not moving it, they're going to do this, right? They're going to go like that. They're going to roll the gun down, okay? That's what beginners do. And what happens is when they roll the gun down like that, and they got a dot, 2 MOA dot, or later on I tried an 8 MOA dot, they'll start fishing all over the place trying to find it. I did see that when I started using the 32 MOA circle of the 507C, it was easier for them to stay on target. It was bigger. They were able to find it easier. So that was a big improvement. But however, in some cases, they would jerk this way down when they squeezed it. And then, I would have to say, okay, you lost your circle. And I could tell when they lost circle was the gun pointing like that. All right, go to your iron sights, put the yellow dot in the hole, match that up. Now you see your circle. And I would say, hey, anytime you lose your circle, right, the 32 MOA circle, you go to your front sight, get it in the rear sight, and you're gonna find your circle. And that was working decent, but it was, again, I could see that it was an issue for beginners. So I've been testing out the ACSS. Invited these two girls over, had them shoot. Other than like I told them how to stand, taught them how to hold the gun. All right. I explained to them, I didn't even talk to them about the iron sights. Did not mention iron sights because for the purposes of the test, I wanted to see how it would work out. I said, okay, when you hold the gun out, all right, you see the circle, because here's the thing, when they extended the circle, the gun out, I knew they weren't going to center the gun, they weren't going to have perfect presentation. I knew that they were going to see at least some edge of the circle, okay, so I expected that. So I said, you see that big circle? And they said, yes. All right, well, go to the center of the circle, right, and find the arrow, okay, which they did. I go, do you see the arrow? They said, yes, okay. Now I want you to put the arrow on the target. Now when you press the trigger, the arrow has to stay on the target. If you lose your arrow, I want you to go, use the circle to find your arrow. Okay, I just kind of left it at that. I told them how to press the trigger in terms of just pick up the slack, find the wall, gently break it so they know they're not supposed to jerk it. And then I just let them start shooting. Okay, I tried not to overcoach them. I wanted to see how intuitive it was. And I saw a really big improvement versus, when I travel around at different ranges and I have been training people with the 507C. I could see that, after, maybe I told them once or twice, okay, because I could see, again, that they had this gun, they pointed it down, and I said, okay, I just reminded them maybe once or twice, okay, go to the center of the circle, find your arrow, put it on the target, press the trigger. After I told maybe 2 or 3 times, after that they just started doing it by themselves. And with this one over here, with the 507C, I would have to tell them 10 times, 15 times. They would go through a whole magazine, maybe 2 magazines, and I would still have to remind people sometimes. With this, after I told them like maybe 2 or 3 times, they got it. They just started doing it on their own. And then for me, that's the real test. What do beginners learn the fastest? Because if a beginner is going to learn this the fastest, if it's the most intuitive, that's also going to be the best choice for experienced people under stressful conditions. Okay, so yeah, right now I've kind of made up my mind that the 507 ACSS is the better optic. You know, I saw a little bit of an advantage when I was testing it myself. A big advantage when testing new shooters, but I also saw a pretty good advantage when night shooting with this, because at night, here's the thing, because I've been carrying a 507C on this G26. Okay, so with this, I have to keep this in sunny day brightness, right? Because on a sunny day, I got to be able to find the reticle. At nighttime, right, or at dusk, if I pull this out, obviously that 32 one-way circle is really bright, but hey, I can still see it. And in a defensive shooting situation, it's not like we're shooting a rifle at distance where we're trying to hit like a small little bullseye. We're shooting a man-sized target that's like maybe 10, 15 feet in front of you. So what I have seen is that in night shooting, yeah, big, bright 32 one-way circle, yeah, it's overpowering, but hey, you can still get it on a man-sized target and hit it. Now, obviously, if you're trying to hit like a small little 2-inch bullseye, you're not going to be able to see it. It's going to overpower it. But big man-sized target, you can get to the center and you can see it. But when I tried shooting it with same circumstances with the ACSS, right, with that chevron, the chevron is smaller. It's only 10 MOA versus 32 MOA. So it's the brightness, even though it's at the same brightness level, it's less overwhelming. Okay, so now you still got the big circle around the edges in case you're off, but if you keep it centered, right, you're only going to see the 10 MOA circle. So 10 MOA is is 3 times smaller than the 32 MOA circle. So it's less overpowering, and I was able to get a better groups on a man-sized target in low light shooting, with that chevron. So at this point, I've made up my mind. The ACSS is the better pistol optic. I'm going to include that. I'm going to attach the video now of the 2 girls shooting, so you guys can kind of see for yourselves. So post some comments in the comments section. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep that arrow on target. All right. Now you lost it. Find the circle. Use the circle to center your arrow. You see? Hold on. You see the arrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Nice. Keep that little arrow on target. You lost your arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, use the circle. Find your circle.
Okay, I found the circle.
Yeah, you see the arrow now?
Oh, yeah.
It's in the center of the circle.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait, okay.
See the arrow? Put the arrow on target. Good. Good. Nice. Hold the gun a little tighter with your left hand. Don't point the gun up. Keep the arrow. All right. There you go. So that arrow's in the center of that circle. Good. Good. Finger off the trigger. Excellent. Well done. Good. Nice hit. Good. Put the arrow in the center. Don't move the arrow when you press the trigger. Press the trigger in such a way that the arrow doesn't move. Good, there you go. Pick up the slack on the trigger. Find the wall, gently break it without moving the arrow. Nice, there you go. Nice hits. 30. That's about 30 feet. Did you like that?
I did.
Good, excellent.